Hello everyone and welcome. I don't really have a topic today. Um, I'm going to do something a little bit more unconventional and kind of just talk. Um, Today is June 3rd. It is past 1 a.m. right now that I'm doing this. And today was originally supposed to be the day that I would be going into for my appointment in regards to, to start HRT, to get that ball rolling. Before a few days ago, I had to just very suddenly reschedule my appointment for July 15th for reasons that were not explained to me, other than my doctor would not be available that day. And after an immense amount of shock and frustration and disappointment, I'm just basically just sitting back very passively. Now, I'm a very depressed, emotionally inept individual. I've never been in touch with my emotions. I'm not very well in touch with my feelings. And in fact, I don't really feel anything right now. But if I had to describe or explain exactly how I'm feeling presently in this moment, or as I've been feeling for the past few days, the best way to explain it would be frustrated, sad, conflicted, and just sad. I mean, prior to scheduling that appointment in the first place, I was kind of in a very neutral place. I was just kind of, moving along steadily, just waiting for the moment that I could, I was going through therapy, and I was getting my letter of referral, and then I anxiously got on the phone to schedule that appointment, and then it was like I had my goal. I had a date lined up. I had a day that I would be going in to get that lined up, and it was just going through those last few weeks, just those last couple of weeks of just aimless waiting, and now that's been more or less taken from me and pushed even farther down the road. And I now have to sit, and I'm left baffled and frustrated that I have to go through another 6 weeks of waiting for something that probably not in any way of exaggerating is probably the most important thing to me right now. The most important thing to me in a very long time. And it's been I've been pretty much put on this on an extensive delay, and I'm frustrated. I mean, all the going back to the beginning, all the this is what I've wanted since the start of it all, and it was with it, and this big life-changing moment, this moment that would change everything, that would truly bring me to some sense of feeling complete and to really becoming me has been delayed, has been pulled from me and thrown and just cast to an extent, and how I feel, if anything, is sadness and frustration and maybe a bit of confusion as to why. I'm not an individual who asks for much. I am told and that I am very humble and have a lot of humility, and to some extent I can see that, and I just do my best to be just a very down-to-earth, laid-back makes no fuss, just individual. And but to me, this was something that I have been waiting for a very long time. And after all of everything that I've gone through so far with my hair removal treatments and the clothing and even getting my hair cut and styled, just last week, all of those little things have helped tremendously, but it's not enough. And now I have to go through another 6 weeks of waiting for something that arguably that very much means that means everything to me right now, that is very important to me right now, because that's another 6 weeks I have to go through waking up in the mirror and looking at a face that is not reflective of who I really am, that is a face that has changed so much in several months, but is not reflective of who I really am, of who I truly am on the inside, and want to be on the out and want to fully be on the outside. And it saddens me every time I have to see that. Every time I have to look at my reflection or my picture, I try to be, relaxed and laid back and just going with the flow and just keep moving forward and just say, like, the day is going to come, the day is going to come that all of this is going to change, that I don't have to dwell on any of that anymore. And it was within reach, and now it's like, oh shit, now I have to wait another several weeks of going through the same repetitive, frustrating routines just to keep myself even remotely comfortable, of dead naming, of misgendering, of passive aggressive, of just being very passive aggressive towards so many different things that I go through every day, that to some degree I do willingly put myself through for reasons I don't really feel like I want to go into right now. And just trying to stay level-headed and just trying to stay calm and just be patient and just trying to stay level-headed and calm about all of this. But it is really weighing down on me just how much I put myself through just to be comfortable, just to be myself, just to live as happily as I can with the limitations I'm presented with currently. And to know that I have to that I have to go through it for even longer for something that meant so much to me and was literally going to happen today, was supposed to happen today but not anymore, is frustrating. I'm not pissed, I'm not angry. I'm just sad, and I'm frustrated, and I feel empty. I have to basically sit back with just going about business as usual with a very empty smile on my face, as I try to look at the bright side, as I try to stay optimistic, as I try to go through everything, and when deep down I'm hurting and doing my best to keep myself together and not fall apart at the seams as I wait for this. And it sucks. And it sucks that I have to do that I have to do all of that just to get through every day, just to get through every week, just to get to the next one, and all of this other crap. And it's fucking frustrating. Like, it's tired. It's like I sound like a broken record here. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but it is really frustrating. And tiresome and taxing, because the more I feel like the more comfortable that I'm becoming with myself, the more frustrating it is, because the more conflicted and frustrating it is, because it's like I just want to get to this particular milestone, because I just feel like there's still certain things that I can't do, or like there's certain things that I can't do until then, because of that limitation. Like, yeah, I'm very androgynous. it's like androgynous. That's how I present myself. That's my outlook. That is how I choose to go out into pretty much all, like, you know, present myself when I step outside of the house. But even then, I still feel, you know, like when I pass by complete strangers, them just looking at me and them just addressing me and perceiving me in a very particular way that is not reflective of who I really am, of who I'm striving, you know, who I'm striving to be. And it frustrates me, and it makes me not want to leave the house. I mean, just on Friday of last week, like, I had an opportunity to go to a social outing with some of my coworkers who are aware, that I'm trans, that are aware of everything and are very accepting and understanding of my situation. But I opted to stay at home and just wallow in my very unfeeling sadness because I just didn't feel comfortable to surround myself with individuals when it's like I don't feel that complete. I did not want to be around other people when, like, I feel like I can't leave. Aside from work, I can't leave the house for any reason. I don't want to leave the house for any reason whatsoever because of that. Like, the side of, like, the LGBT, you know, the group that I go to almost every week, I feel like it's almost impossible for me to reach out, communicate, and want to, you know, be in the presence of other people because of this. And I feel so frustrated, sad, and fucking alone that I have to go through so much crap for another few weeks. And even then, like, there's a lingering fear on the back of my mind that it's all gonna be that. What if they push my date again? What if I get another abrupt call that says, like, oh, we have to reschedule again, and you have to do even more waiting, and you have to just, like, roll with the punches and just try to feel content. And I just want to break down and just scream and just shut myself off from everyone because I just can't. Because part of me can, but the majority of myself just can't take it anymore. I cannot fucking take it anymore. I am so fed up. I am just so fed up with feeling so held back and with feeling so frustrated, held back, and limited. And just trying to, you know, put on my best happy face, and trying to, like, my best positive vibes in light of my current situation and it sucks. It sucks. And there's nothing I can do but wait and just continue to push forward and roll with the punches and just hope that when the day comes, that when July 15th finally gets here and I get to go in for that you know, this truly life-changing moment, like, that's going to be a really magical day for me. But right now, I'm just at the present time and in the weeks leading up to it, I am just frustrated, sad, and alone, and there is nothing I can do but roll the punches and just keep going about, you know, life as business as usual, and there's just nothing I can do about it, and it's frustrating, and I'm just tired, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do I don't know what to do about this. I don't feel like I don't know what to do anymore, and maybe that's just the crisis talking, or maybe that's just something else talking, but I'm fed up. I'm at my threshold, and I don't know what I'm gonna do to get through this upcoming period of time. I don't know. that is, I guess my little venting piece or whatever. So whatever. I'll be back at some point later with hopefully something more positive and productive to say. So yeah.